Hello everybody, Sam here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, we are talking about the latest press release on CRISPR, the technology. Time magazine covering CRISPR as the best invention of 2024. And of course, I want to take a look at that in this video. Now, of course, we're back with videos. I promise to you guys, markets are doing a little bit iffy today on CRISPR stocks, but that's not the point of this video. I want to talk about here on this X post by Yair. Of course, Yair, very well known in the CRISPR community. And I quote, "Whoa, Time has chosen the first ever approved CRISPR gene editing therapy, Vertex and CRISPR's Cas9 as part of magazine's list of 200 best invention of 2024, which recognizes a wide variety of new products, software, or services that are making a difference in the world." End of quote. And this is basically the article here from Time Magazine, November 11, 2024. And we're looking at, obviously, they're not just covering biotech or genomics, right? This is everything and anything to do with technology. Software, you look at human robots here, humanoids, which obviously Tesla is working on. And at the bottom left here, you see FDA approved in 2023, Vertex and CRISPR's Cas9 broke ground as gene therapy for sickle cell disease. And of course, you have other things going on here, Volkswagen electrical bus, Google's protein predictor, that was a big one too, Apple hearing aids. So it's a big thing to be on the front page here. CRISPR being on the front page, not CRISPR Therapeutics specifically, although that is a big boost for the company, for both Vertex and CRISPR Therapeutics to literally be named, beside companies like Google, Volkswagen, Apple. That's a big statement, right? In a single page of, I would argue, Time Magazine. I know it's the average median age or average age reader or audience of Time Magazine is probably over 45 to 50, but it doesn't matter. Time is still very well respected in the industry, whether that's from the financial side or just, in the business world, right? And just in general, the culture, right? Time Magazine has always been there. I remember when they covered, they put, I think it was Obama on Time Magazine. I think that was many years ago. It was Obama, and that was a very popular article. And you got to remember, other news articles, local newspapers, not just in U.S. In Canada, in Europe, they're referencing to this article. So this is a lot more than just a legacy media type of publish post. This is bigger, right? Time Magazine is big, and for CRISPR to be named on the front page, it speaks volume of how far we've come, right? I had this chat recently with someone in the Bitcoin side of things, and I said, and I'm making a parallel here, but stay with me for a second. I said something like, you got to remember the 2017, 2018, 2019. It was more 2018, 2019 dark times of Bitcoin, because during those dark times, when you remember those dark times and you held on and you were part of that community, while there were a lot of naysayers, a lot of negativity, there's a lot of legacy media pushing the narrative down of Bitcoin, then you can cherish these moments that we're looking at the end of 2024. Of course, everybody's aware of the bull run by now of Bitcoin, reaching almost 100,000 US per Bitcoin. You make the same parallel here in CRISPR landscape. You gotta remember the dark times of 2022, 2023, and I would argue even 2024. These are very dark times of the biotech market, genomics as a whole, right? ARK Invest has completely been kind of quiet about this space for a while. They're still publishing podcasts here and there and trying to cover, but it's no longer their top priority like it was in 2020, 2021. A lot of people in this space have sort of gone away. A lot of people sort of, shied away from this space, start putting their attention to other things, for good reasons. The companies in this space have been down 60 to 80, even in some cases 90% since their peaks in 2021. Although we've had a revolutionary, breaking news end of 2023 with CRISPR therapy being first ever approved in the UK, and then of course by the FDA in the US in December of last year. That's revolutionary, right? But even then, the financial side just haven't made sense for a lot of people in this space, and I think that's why kind of people have been beat down. But I think there's a resurgence happening. I think with, of course, the new administration, the bull run will come back. I mean, it is a matter of time. When you believe in a technology, when you believe in a set of companies, and you've done your research, and you understand the landscape, and you understand the business side of things, there's absolutely no reason to be selling, and just because, the markets have changed sentiment. The fundamentals stay the same, which is CRISPR is here to stay. It is a revolutionary technology. There is no alternative. There are many diseases that are not curable, but CRISPR is the quote-unquote cure for it. Sickle cell disease is cured by CRISPR therapy. You are allowed to say that because the FDA and other regulatory bodies have approved CRISPR-based therapies for sickle cell disease and beta thalassemia. So these are two blood disorders that have never been cured in the past. No one-time treatment, not even a two-time treatment. There was no cure for it. And now you think of other diseases into play that, there are no cures, but CRISPR changes that. So Time Magazine is covering that. And you got to remember, it is in white. It's kind of outside of everything, all the technologies, because clearly the editors in Time Magazine recognizes the power of CRISPR, right? And I'm not talking about, making your kids, taller, or changing their blue eyes, the eyes to blue eyes or brown eyes, or go from baldness to having hair. Those are long-term things that are eventually going to happen. I'm talking about the short-term things that are, of course, a lot more critical, like diseases that have no cure. Median lifespan of sickle cell disease is just about under 50. Beta thalassemia is about 40. That's a short lifespan that you can be adding people, healthy lifestyle, like healthy years on their life, right? There is no price for that, right? But that's what I wanted to talk about here in this video, the future of CRISPR, the best invention. In my opinion, it's been the best invention for quite a long time. In my opinion, I think a lot of people have this argument sometimes saying, there's nothing more important than Bitcoin. There's nothing more important than, SpaceX, what they're doing, going to, the space and exploratory, or EVs, or nothing more important than climate change and all of that. I would argue there's absolutely nothing more important than CRISPR. CRISPR adds years to people's lives. CRISPR cures disease that have no cures. CRISPR can edit genes for the better of humanity. I'll leave it off like that. So guys, as always, subscribe if you're not. It really does help the channel. A lot of people have been liking this video, the last video. It really does help you guys. We need to get the audience back on track on people's homepages. Let's push that like button. It's free, it's quick, it's easy. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the Time Magazine covering CRISPR? Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.